Hello, and welcome to our 10th and final Phenomenal Series lesson, Ancient Agriculture. This project turns trash into free building materials. A greater number of bottles will offer greater possibilities for construction creativity. Younger children may need some help in handling the knife or scissors. From ancient Mesopotamia to modern-day California, agriculture has depended on moving water from lakes and rivers to where it is needed for crops. Discuss each of the vocabulary words with your students. After watching and listening to the following narrative, have them write the key terms in their garden journals with a definition in their own words. From ancient times on, different civilizations have used different methods to transport and apply water to crops, allowing them to farm instead of hunting and gathering food. In what is now called the Middle East, ancient Mesopotamia was a strip of fertile land that lies between two great rivers. Thousands of years ago, people farmed there for the first time in history and used aqueducts for irrigating crops. Today, the Central Valley Project is one of the largest water control and delivery systems in the world, bringing water from Northern California to the dry South. This activity uses recycled materials and allows students to use their creativity as architects to build their own miniature aqueduct. Now to Mary to walk you through the project.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Barnhill. I am the GEM over at Oceano and Shell Beach Elementary Schools. I have an exciting project for the kids today, and this is a chance for them to be architects of their own aqueduct system, as we learned about in the Phenomenal series, Ancient Agriculture. So let's get started. The materials for this project are real easy to come by, very simple. You just need several plastic water bottles, at least 5 or 6. The more you have, the more you can build. And I have the labels removed as well as the caps. You'll need a pair of scissors. You'll need a pitcher of water. That represents the reservoir or river that your aqueduct system will tap into. And as an option, you can also add food coloring to the water so you can see a little bit better as it flows through the system. Student architects might want to lay out their system before actually doing the holes in the bottles. And you can see here, I've decided to make mine a little bit more complex. I've capped the end of one bottle, and I'm dividing that off to go into 2 different directions for irrigating crops. These are all connected. I still have my top bottle to connect. And on this one, you want to be sure that you cut the bottom off, because this is where you're going to pour the water in. So constructing your aqueduct is really simple to do. You just take your scissors, you want to cut a hole in the bottom of the bottle, just big enough to fit the bottle top through from the other bottle. So it can be a little tricky, and you don't need to make it any bigger than the bottle. If you go too large, they won't fit together real well. You can do little slits in it if you need to. So now I'm going to thread that through, and there you go. That's our finished piece. And you'll just do this with your whole construction, and next step is we are going to set it up in the garden and pour the water. Okay, so here I am out in the vegetable garden. Seemed like a good place to run the irrigation through our aqueduct system. I have added a little bit of blue food coloring so you can watch the water a little bit more easily. So here goes. Here's your reservoir. You got water going in. Now gravity, you'll see, is part of the importance here. And you can see the system running and how I'm taking this as a symbol of coming from the mountains and bringing it down to where you would want to water your crops. And so there you have it, the Ancient Agriculture Aqueduct. Thanks for watching.
Wrap up the lesson with a discussion by asking students these questions. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us on our virtual learning journey. We hope that these lessons have provided a little extra support in these unprecedented times. As always, we would love to see pictures of your kids' projects, so please share. We will be finishing up with our final 2 videos this week before we sign off for the summer. Thanks again and be well.